Hello everybody, welcome to On the Bright Side. My name is Daniel and I'm watching Code Geass. Last time on Code Geass, we defeated Mao. That was a interesting side arc. Just like this character showed up, caused chaos in our life, and then immediately died. But he brought about some very important changes, namely Shirley's memory of Lelouch being erased, and us learning a bit more about C2. We can see the bond between Lelouch and C2 slowly growing. So, this time on Code Geass, we're gonna see what could possibly happen next. I think we're trying to turn our sights back onto Cornelia. Oh yeah, and Valletta has amnesia. That's it. There's just lots of things. Let's get into it. But before we do, if you guys are excited for more Code Geass, then you should do yourself a favor and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss another Code Geass reaction. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh god, it's a fast tempo. Oh yeah, we learned that the Geass will slowly get more powerful and its user will possibly go insane from that. Lelouch vows for that not to happen, but we'll see. Okay. So this is all to say that we're doing very well. There's C2. Got a lot of hair to tie up for a wig. Alright, so we're planning something. Wait, hold on. So, we're getting a look at happened immediately after the invasion. Dead people. Suzaku's country's people. It's brutal. They're both thinking the same thing. Both affected by the same imagery. No, Nunnally likes you. Oh my god! Holy shit, you almost killed a man. Yeah, I knew. Yeah, it's kind of your charm point. You'll get over it. I don't know. So he didn't die? I'm mad. Oh. Well, this is interesting. Damn! Shall we put it on hold then? Well, you said you might not be able to get out of this one, but I think you will. So Mao's come back to take another thing from us, huh? How did he not die? I'm mad, actually. Right? Thank God for Britannia. Long live the Empire! Yeah, is this how she finds out, though? She finds out about some things. Just play with the cat. Thank God everyone's believing this. Relax, Nina. Relax! Girl. We might... It might be best to get someone else involved. You don't have to explain why this is happening to Suzaku, but he can help. Yeah. She's so cute now. He's really, like, flabbergasted by the situation. Yeah, so he can believe that this is like a political thing. Yeah, I was thinking, like, did you not notice the sound of running water? Might be in the sewer systems. Or water circulation. Right? That's what I thought. I'm like, but he's really emotional about this, I understand. This campus has multiple levels like this? Crazy. Oh, that's not great. Well, he is all super soldiered up, isn't he? Jesus. Or not super soldier, but like training. He is training, right? It might involve some sort of medical enhancements. That's looks heavy. Oh. But where is he right now? What's with the scale? Okay. Yeah. I am beyond human ability. I do like when these two work together. You let Nunnally get kidnapped. Who'd she get called by? So Suzaku's gonna stay down there. We're gonna try and deal with this. Oh, we're playing chess, huh? Alright, let's see if you can outsmart a mind reader. Alright, rude! Why is Cornelia, like, cute when it comes to Yuffie and nowhere else? Right, they know of Lelouch. I wonder if they can catch on naturally about. Oh, okay. That's why the scale. That's fun. True. Yeah, I wonder if he can ultimately do this. Come on, Lelouch. Is he just trying to buy time, maybe? So that Suzaku... He's just trying to not think of Suzaku, so he doesn't... He's doing like some psychological warfare, but I have a feeling Lelouch is acting. This is definitely acting. I don't know, man. Come on, Suzaku. What? She's not blown to pieces? What is happening? Oh, wait. Did Suzaku do all that on his own? Nice. My God, Suzaku. Yeah.
これでチェックメイトだよ。俺はスザクに指示したことを自分にギアスをかけて忘れさせた。
Oh.
恋は絶対的な情報だと信じたお前の負け。
What?
そこが範囲を絞ったのはあたりだった。
So he did outsmart him, but in a way that made it confusing. That was such a good play. It's like, oh, and Sayoko did get involved. Okay, I was wondering about this. I did say he was responsible for his father's death somehow. I didn't know he just stabbed him. Oh, jeez. So that's why his, Well, he's very good at being on point with this. Oh! Oh, he got him! Never speak again. Damn. Oh, C2. C1? Okay, so now he's super dead. For sure. For real this time. What does C mean? Oh yeah, Suzaku. We know you're a fucked up little boy. But that got crazy right at the end. I've been informed to avoid titles from now on. So I'm gonna try my best to do that. But the previews have some interesting dialogue. A little bit more of like looks into the characters. This one had Lelouch kind of showing regret for not finding out about the contract with C2. Remember I said we were kind of done with this mini arc? Now we're done with the mini arc. Mao is dead for sure at the hands of his waifu, C2, who said some interesting things. First of all, she said that she did love him, and I think that was pretty clear. It seemed more like a motherly love towards him. I don't know. Maybe there was more to it. Maybe there was a more romantic aspect at some point, but God, I hope not. Maybe Mao's a victim. You know, if there was a romantic aspect to it, then it's like, oh, well, you found him when he was 6 years old. Don't get into a romance with the person you've known since they were 6 years old, unless you too were 6 years old at the time. I feel. I get that Mao had, like, no other people in his life, really, besides C2, so... And he couldn't read her thoughts, so she was special in all sorts of ways. So his, like, psychology was really fucked to a point of, like... to get to this point, so I understand. We can't have him around. He's too dangerous, so... I'm glad that that's over with. But there were a couple of other things this episode. First of all, I want to talk about Lelouch's big brain play to make himself forget his plan. I was wondering, I was like, is Lelouch acting here? How is he acting and Mao is not catching on? He wasn't acting. He was actually, like, in fear for Nunnally's life. It was an interesting thing of, like, I've talked about in the past how I felt like Nunnally is probably Lelouch's biggest, like, weak point. So I think I've said, if someone captures her or uses her against him, then there's, like, nothing he can do. And lo and behold, she was captured. But he did manage to think rationally. That was just a really cool plan. It really reminded me of that, one of my favorite parts of Death Note was when Light used the Death Note to make himself forget about the Death Note, so that when he was being interrogated by the police, they, like, couldn't actually prove him guilty, and then he was just, like, not a suspect anymore. Oh man, that's one of the best parts of Death Note. And then he fucking touches the Death Note again and gets all his memories back, and he's like, oh yeah. Death Note is cool. Anyway, we're talking about Code Geass. Yeah, it reminded me of that, except in Death Note that lasted for, like, a bunch of episodes, and in this it was just one episode thing. However, it makes sense to use it against Mao, because he's really the most dangerous enemy, like, in terms of knowing what a Geass is, being able to read minds. We can't have him around. But I guess this means that Lelouch can no longer Geass himself, so he can't pull off this trick again. Which could be bad. You gotta love when the characters do some crazy shit that you don't expect. However, Suzaku, being here, took psychic damage from Mao, looking into his brain and seeing the truth. That Suzaku killed his dad on purpose. I was like, could have been an accident, but could have just accidentally gave away some information. But no, he actually stabbed his dad because, well, you can't really blame, like, I mean, obviously what he did is bad. And he's living with the pain of this. Suzaku's like borderline suicidal about this, which is very interesting because he doesn't seem like it. But that's kind of like realistic for people who are suicidal. You never would guess. It's why he keeps going into battle. And he's all like, if I can save people along the way, then... But he kind of condemns himself for, I guess, what has happened since. Is this why he's, like, put himself in, like, the situation of being this, like... I forget what the correct term... I just watched Attack on Titan, so I'm just thinking honorary Britannian. It was to punish himself. His character is becoming more interesting when you look at, like... He's got a lot of inner turmoil, and a lot of his actions are not actually out of, like... I mean, or he definitely does want Japan to be in a better place, but I don't know if he feels like he deserves to be happy, you know? I was gonna say something else about that, but I can't remember. Oh, I think it was Suzaku, like, also... We saw him, like... We saw the past. We saw them walking past all those dead bodies. Seeing that, and then like, knowing his dad would refuse to give up, refuse to give in. I could understand how it'd be like, no, you're just gonna kill more people. Which, I think I had a comment that told me that Britannia's invasion of Japan was relatively low in terms of lives lost. And that could explain it. Like, maybe the initial invasion was, like, enough lives were lost that, like, you know, Suzaku internalized this and was all like, people are just going to keep dying. We're going to be wiped off the face of the earth if we don't, you know, give up. The question is do you have enough, like, patriotism, pride in Japan to decide, like, well, maybe it's better for us to be blown off the face of the earth than serve under Britannia. And, like, I think most countries would choose to fight until a certain point. But that's really all war is. It's just a stress test until someone decides, like, no, we've lost enough. It sucks. I'm glad that Lelouch and Suzaku did get to work together. They make a great team, and I would like them to work together in the future as allies. I just am worried that it's never going to happen, you know? Lelouch now knows these things about Suzaku, which means that Zero knows them too. But Suzaku really showed off some cool moves. I mean, I don't know what kind of training the Britannian soldiers have, but that was crazy. Is there some sort of enhancements that they get, or is it all just like training? Let me know in the comments. I'm glad that Nunnally's safe, and we still gotta find out more about C2. That line about you'll go to C's place, like C1? Is there like just like, because she is called C2. I mean, it's spelled CC, but they call her C2. So I guess that it makes sense that there is an origin. There's just so much mystery surrounding her as a character. But yeah, Mao's dead. I guess a victory. I do love that no matter what, we check in on a lot of different characters each episode. You know, we checked in a little bit on Ogi and that whole plot line. He's really paranoid about someone finding out that he's harboring her. But then he seems to be feeling really stupid that, like, oh, she's just like a normal woman now. Should I really be all that concerned? And then there was Millie and Lloyd. I like how Lloyd's just like, you want to get married? It's just like, what? Like, okay, so should we postpone it then? Like, he doesn't have fucking time. If Millie did marry him, then there would probably be no change to her life, because he would literally just be occupied with his lab stuff. So, maybe it's the lesser of two evils. We'll see what really happens with that, and we also checked in on Cornelia and Yuffie, which... They're cute when they're together. It's nice to see Cornelia's softer side, but it was interesting how they were reminiscing about Lelouch and Nunnally like they're dead. No, your father's just an asshole. I hope you all liked my reaction. If you did, you can let me know by leaving a like, and you can leave a comment telling me what you thought about this episode. You can also subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss the next Code Geass reaction. Anyway, I hope that I can make your day better, and I hope that you continue to have good days. Till next time, take it easy, everyone.